Bhaja Govindam, verse 4. Understand the uncertainty of existence. Nalini dalagata jalamati taralam tadvad jeevitamatishaya chapalam vidhi vyadhyabhimanagrastam lokam shokahatam cha samastam Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Mudhamate. The water drop resting on a lotus petal has a very uncertain existence. So also is life ever unstable. Understand the very world is caught by disease and pride and is filled with sadness. Seek Govinda, O foolish mind. A story based on verse 4. There was an American tourist who once went to the city of Cairo, Egypt, to visit a famous wise man. When he visited the abode of that wise man, he saw a modest home with barely few furniture. The only pieces in the room were a bed, a table, and a bench. The tourist was quite surprised and asked the wise man, "Where are your other furniture?" The wise man, instead of replying, asked the tourist, "And where is yours?" "Mine?" responded the tourist, surprised. "I am a tourist and I am here only for a visit, just passing by." The wise man then said, "Life here on earth is only temporal, yet some live it as if they are going to stay here forever, forgetting to be happy. I am also just passing through." Adi Shankara explains that life is transitory, like a dewdrop on the lotus. Lotus grows on muddy waters, but is unaffected by the surroundings. The water drops rests on the lotus leaf, but it remains unattached to it. Similarly, our transitory life is also surrounded by disease, grief, pride, and ego, and we have to learn from the lotus how to lead the life without getting attached to the temporary and seek that which is permanent. We must realize this transitory nature of life and live life meaningfully. Only by chanting the name of the Lord we can find true love, happiness, and that which is permanent. Let's now listen to a story for students. A kindergarten teacher had decided to let her class play a game. The teacher told each child to bring along a plastic bag containing a few potatoes to the class the next day. The children were then asked to secretly name each potato with a name of a person they hated. So, the number of potatoes that a child put in his or her plastic bag would depend on the number of people he or she hated. Intrigued and eager to play the game, every child brought some potatoes with the name of the people he or she hated. Some kids had 2 potatoes, some 3, while some up to 5 potatoes. The teacher then told the children to carry the potato bags with them wherever they went, even to the toilet, for 1 week. The game had begun. As the days passed by, the children started complaining about the unpleasant smell and stench caused by the rotten potatoes. Moreover, those kids who had more potatoes also had to carry heavier bags. The week went by slowly, and the children breathed sighs of relief as the game came to an end. As their curiosity knew no bounds, the children eagerly gathered around the teacher to know the outcome of this peculiar potato game. The teacher asked them, "Children, how did you feel while carrying the potatoes with you for 1 week?" The children let out their frustrations and started complaining of the trouble they had undergone carrying the bag of smelly potatoes with them for the past week. The teacher listened to their woes and complaints patiently. Then she gently highlighted the hidden meaning behind the game. The teacher said, "This is what happens when you carry hatred for somebody inside your heart. The stench of hatred will dirty your heart and you will carry it with you wherever you go. If you couldn't tolerate the smell of rotten potatoes for a week, can you imagine what is it like to have the stench of hatred in your heart for your lifetime? Throw away any hatred for anyone from your heart so that you will not carry sins for a lifetime. Forgiving others is the best attitude to take. True love is not loving a perfect person, but loving an imperfect person perfectly. It's believed that children are God's very form. Children are innocent, happy by nature. At least up to the age of 5 or 6 years, we see that whenever children get hurt, if they fall or have fight with other friends, they forget it very soon and their happy self is back within a few minutes or hours. They don't carry this hurt for years to come. They don't seek revenge or hold grudge. As we start growing up, our intellect starts developing more and we learn from the outside world and soon start reacting or behaving differently. We develop a sense of ego, attachment, and as we start developing these, we keep on getting away from our true nature, which was always meant to be happy and peaceful. It is true that being in the world and as a process of growing up, we all develop these negative qualities. The only way to improve these qualities and to move to positivity is by realizing that this will also pass. As we have grown from infant to child, to youth to adult, we have forgotten many things. It has passed. All those were temporary. Why hold on to grudges? Why carry the baggage of the past? Everything is changing. Nothing is permanent. If these values are inculcated from young, children will develop clarity of thought and will be able to face the challenges of life boldly. Jai Sai Ram.